Dr. Limitless, what would you tell the people today? I'm glad you asked. I want you all to embrace gratitude even when it hurts. Some of you are going into the holidays right now hurting. Some of you don't want to see family because it's things that you're thinking about that family members did to you, or you just don't want to be around people that are happy because it's something internal that you're struggling with. But I'm going to tell you to be grateful for that. Be grateful for it because I'm telling you, everything it is that you experience in life. You know what? I'm just going to preface it with this. Losing is better than winning. I want you to look at it. Losing is better than winning. You may say, why would you say losing is better than winning? I've never learned anything from winning. Ever. Never learned anything from winning. And we'll get back to this, but what I'm going to use as a baseline for this conversation is the 4 agreements. If you haven't read the book, I encourage you to go and read it. The 4 agreements: be impeccable with your words. Don't say anything bad about self, relationship, or others, relationships. Don't take things personally. Stop interpreting things and looking at it in a negative perspective. Even if it's so-called bad, and we're going to get into good and bad. If it's so-called bad, it's working on your behalf. Promise you that. Third thing, don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. They used to say assumptions, people that assume, but don't make assumptions. And then the fourth one is do your best. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take things personally. Don't make assumptions. Do your best. I want us to think about a situation that has really hurt us. There's been a lot of situations that I've been hurt by. And I want to say, when we're saying hurt, my goal is to take the pain and to do something with it. A lot of times we act negatively. And remember, there's 4 quadrants that go with being limitless: mentality, physicality, or your physical, your body, spirituality, or your spiritual, and then a 4th, emotionality, emotions. How do you master your mind, your body, your spirit, and your emotions? How you respond to people or situations. I want us to think about, no, I don't want you all to think about this. I'm going to share something with you. I lost my virginity at the age of 12. And some people say, oh my God, it's so bad. I know you regret that. And if I can go back, would I change it? Yes. But I'm glad I can't go back. It made me more intentional about the way that I educate my kids when it comes to sex. And I'll say my kids made better decisions than me. None of them had kids before they got out of high school. I wanted that. I wanted them to understand that there are ramifications that come with that. But it really changed the way that I look at and educate even kids in regards to sex, because it will change you by having sex at a very young age. It will influence you. It would influence you. The decisions I make are still the decisions I make, whether they're so-called good or bad. They were the decisions I made. So it influenced me. So I don't regret that. I think it was actually a good thing now that I look at my life. I was a high school dropout, but I went back to school, and that helped me too. As I educate kids now, I let them know the importance of education. My kids took education much more seriously than I did because I came from a different perspective, basing things off my life. So I never look at my life and say, oh, pity me, this, that. It's always lessons that I'm learning. That's why I say I believe losing is better than winning. I've only learned from losing. Never learned anything from winning. Winning is fool's gold. And I share this story that I remember I had a football game against Spate Middle School. They gave me the ball 4 times. I scored 3 touchdowns. Imagine going into a game, you get the ball 4 times and you score 3 touchdowns, and I'm talking big runs. So I'm going into next week thinking, man, these dudes can't stop me. I got this. I scored 3 touchdowns last week. I'm going to score 4 or 5 this week. It was too easy. And I struggled. I didn't even score a touchdown that next game. I think we played Toys Knott Middle School. But Toys Knott Middle School helped prepare me for Forest Hills, which was another county rival. So I was able to look at, I wasn't able to beat them on angles. I wasn't able to do this. So I need to start studying film and figuring out how to use my blocks this way, it helped me losing. I gained a lot of weight when I finished playing professional arena football or arena football. So picking up weight, I'm able to tell people, I know what it's like to be 33% body fat. And I know what it's like to be down to 4 and 5% body fat at the age of 45. So I learned some skills being able to be at that weight. So it wasn't a bad thing. Remember, and I'm hoping what you get from this is all your perspective. Things happen to enhance who we are, not to hurt us. But if you look at them as this is hurting me, it will hurt you. Remember, the way you see the world is the way that you will create your world, because your interpretation makes the world the way that you want it to be. I look at everything as something good is happening for me and working on my behalf, even if I am the one so-called making the bad decision. But let's go to good and bad. I want to digress and go to good and bad. Good and bad was never created with a moral connotation to it. Good is anything that is beneficial for you, and bad are those things that are not beneficial for you. So if you live in a society where it is better for you to go to school, or it is better for you to do this, then if you act in that manner, that is good, is beneficial for you. But if it you're not supposed to do this and you're supposed to go into these career fields of that, and you decide to go against that, then it's bad. It's not beneficial for you. So I want us to really think about when we're saying good and bad, what are we really saying? But a lot of times we're basing it on our morals in society. If you say that I'm good, I'm good. I don't care what you say about me. You may think I'm bad. That's your opinion. I have students that say, Dr. Limitless is the best professor I ever had. I have some that be like, man, I don't want to hear all that fluffy talk. His where he come from, that's good. I respect both opinions. It is their opinions. It's not up to me to fall in love with it and use that to define how I feel about myself. Another person would never create value for me. I create value for me, and I believe it, and I walk in it, and I go out and express it to the world, and then the world gives that to me. See, that is the difference by being limitless or being limited. When you're limitless, it's your opinion and value that matters. When you're limited, it is the other person's opinion that matters. And that's what creates this idea to say things harshly to yourself and harshly to other people. But it also is what creates this mind to take things personally that other people say and to make assumptions by what we see in the world. But when it's all about you, and I know that sounds very selfish, but when it's all about you and what you see in yourself, I wake up in the morning and I tell myself, man, I look good. I'm smart. I'm this, I'm that. I don't care what you think. If I walk into the room and everybody looking at me like, that dude is a piece of, I'm looking right at you like, nah, I'm the one. I'm the one. Some people may say, oh, that's cocky. That's arrogant. You call it what you want. I don't think I'm a better person than you, but I know how hard I work on myself. So I believe I'm great. If you don't believe you're great, and my presence or my energy make you feel inferior, that has nothing to do with me. That's all about you. That's that you don't have a high value on yourself. I have a high value on me, regardless what anybody else thinks. That's the way I want you to be. Because what I'm creating, I want all of you to have a limitless spirit. So when you go in places, you don't go in with no negative attitude. You come in with a positive attitude to show love, unconditional love. That's what it's about. I am grateful that I questioned God. And an atheist professor made me question God. Made me fall in love and see God in a whole different way. These are things I'm grateful for. Because I was also that kid that when I saw somebody shouting in church, I laughed. And because my mom made me feel like you blaspheme against the Holy Ghost, you laugh at somebody shouting or whatever, you going to hell. I really thought I was going to hell. And I think at that time she was limited in her knowledge when it comes to right, wrong, God, and this. But nobody can tell you where you're going because nobody knows. If we had that power, We'll just go to that source and just do what they tell us to do. But nobody has that power. Even though some Christians or some people that believe in God or a higher power, they truly believe they could tell you how to live your life. They can't tell you that. Most of them are confused. They're just afraid to admit it. And I want you to think about this. My story is far from perfect, even as an adult. But perfect stories are boring and they're unrealistic because we know that we're all broken and we're imperfect. And if you, I'm not broken, I ain't never been. Okay, that right there, let me know you're broken because you're in your ego. You're your ego. If what I say offend you, that's for you to reflect on yourself and to do an introspective dive and say, why does this bother me? Why am I taking this personally? Because if it's not true, it shouldn't bother you. Normally what's true irritates you. Because the truth make you feel uncomfortable at times, and it's the only thing that can make you free. Once I had to really look at myself and say, nah, James, you sold drugs and you liked it. You used to hook up with a lot of girls and you liked it. It doesn't mean you loved all of it, but it was a part of you that kept going to it. Even if you're saying, well, it filled a void, it still was that temporary pleasure that kept you excited about going back. And yes, I know many of you felt guilty about things you do, and that's good. But it still was an aspect of what it was that you was doing that you liked that made you keep coming back until you finally had enough. Now, I want to tell you, one of the biggest things that I lost was when I was playing college football and I got put off the team. That was the biggest loss I ever had in my life. Because up to that point, I truly believed I was going to go to the NFL, and the way that I was going to take care of my family was by going to the NFL. So when that was taken away from me, it was like a death. And that was my whole identity. It shattered me. Some of you may never have dreams of going to the NFL. It may have been to be a lawyer, to be a manager, to be a doctor, etc. And once you got it, you felt lonely because you realized it wasn't as fulfilling as it seemed. So then you started looking for other things to keep you happy. Maybe the power of the position, maybe the money, which is power. But you still didn't feel fulfilled. I know how you feel. When I signed my professional football contract, I thought I was going to, I made it. And then it was like nothing. When I got my PhD and I walked across the stage, nothing. A little bit of excitement, then nothing. When I was able to work in China, look at these things they gave me. Ooh, yeah, Shanghai, baby. And they're coming up to Dr. Williams. It was like, oh man, I'm speaking in front of thousands. Felt powerful. And then you go back to your hotel room and nothing. Emptiness. When I became tenured at University of Tennessee, excitement, then nothing. What? When people are flying me, putting me in these nice hotels to go and speak, and I'm getting these nice checks. Yeah. And then nothing. Because all of those things are external. What it took for me to really become Dr. Limitless is to realize all of that is meaningless. But what's not is, why are you doing it? I'm doing what I do because I believe in all of you. And I believe all of you have the power to be limitless. I truly believe that. So me getting fired from jobs or people making it uncomfortable so I don't have to come back, I would tell you in my flesh, because you're always at war. Flesh, your body, your human experience, and spirit. My spirit is always strong. Flesh, get agitated. And in the flesh, and I'm just going to be honest, and people that know, I come from a background that, hey, I wasn't afraid to confront you, even if that meant physically. And some people understand what I'm saying, and some people understand what I'm about to say here. But when you have been challenged at work, and people get bold, and that flesh in you that have that background, you like, man, do you know if this is back in the days where I'm from, do you know what would happen? And then you got to realize you can't handle it like that. And you shouldn't handle it like that. I'm just going to be honest. You shouldn't. But you got to be honest with who you are and where you come from. That's where I come from. So that's how the flesh want to respond. The flesh want to cuss you out at times. But the spirit is like, man, that ain't of God, bro. And why you sweating that? Because James, you limitless. You ain't limitless. You understand that there's a season of grace that you've been given. Thank you to my brother Savalas Lofton. There's a season of grace that you've been given. And once God removed that grace, it's time to move on. I want you all to really realize this. Sometimes God is making people act out of character that was once on your side, or situations that used to be easy and just flow naturally to now all of a sudden it's like this constant static friction because your season of grace has expired and it's moved somewhere else, waiting on you. But you're still holding on and you won't let it go. And God is like, man, I got something so much better for you, but you got fear. You got fear. And I'm not telling you to not be afraid. Look, I'm as confident and as bold as it comes, and I know the talent and the blessings that God has bestowed upon my life. But I still get intimidated. I do. But I got a faith of a mustard seed. I know I probably have said this before, but when I won my pro card, I knew I was going to win it in Knoxville. I knew it. I knew it. And I knew it was going to be the show that I won. I came in confident and just I had worked so hard on posing, on building the body, cutting the body fat. I invited a lot of people from Knoxville and I was like, yo, this is it. I feel it. This is going to happen. I said, hey, what God got for me is for me because it is my season of grace. Even though, yes, there's bodybuilders better than me, but at this show, I'm going to be the best. It is meant for me to win. And I came in with that mindset. And I had two opportunities. I had the 40 plus, or you win the overall show. Went out for the 40 plus, man, I'm feeling good. I'm posing, I'm hitting it. I'm just, and I got it. In my mind, I knew I had it. We walk out on stage. They go to second place. I'm like, man, I wonder who's about to be second. You feel me? Like 40 plus. I wonder who's about to be second because it ain't me. And they say, for second place, number 13, Limitless. I'm crushed. You can see it on my face. I'm like, my daughter's watching this online. My wife's watching it online. My mother-in-law, some of my friends watching it online. And my daughter's in the stands. I got friends. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And to tell you how crazy it was, this was September 13th, and my competitive number was number 13th. And this was my 7th show. 7th. Completion. I go out there, I stand up there. They put the medal on me. I go back to the locker room, my head's down. I'm confused. And this guy come up to me and say, hey, Limitless. What's up, man? I said, dude, I really thought I was going to win. And he said, the show ain't over. Remember what you said to me before the show? If God says it's for you, it's for you. Get your head up, man. Keep your head up. You still got to do the open. Went out, did the open, won my class. Open A, the person that beat me in the 40 plus won open B. So now we got to go head to head to compete, to win the overall show for classic. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to focus on the judges. I'm not thinking of nothing about what he's doing. And I'm just going to give it to him. I'm posing. I'm looking at him. And I'm all in my own zone. I want you to think about this. Focusing on other people steal your joy. I said, I'm going to give them the best and only focus on the judges. And they said, audience, who do you have? You hear people, Limitless. My first show under my new name. The winner, Limitless Williams. I collapsed. After the show, I'm still stunned. And I'm like, God, what was that about? And it said, you wanted it the easy way. And when you didn't get it the easy way, you almost gave up. But if I say it's for you, it's for you. But it may not happen your way. It's going to happen my way. And my way is greater than your way. Your way, you would have just won 40 plus. My way, you won the whole show. And if God would do that for me, this magnificent, this ubiquitous spirit, this infinite intelligence, this isness, would do it for me, what will God do for you? What will God do for you? That's why I will always tell you, all the shows that I lost gave me a season of grace when I came up to season 13. However, losing is better than winning because I learned more from losing. I always ask feedback from all of the competitors. How do you eat? What do you do? All right, so give me some ideas about training this, the glutes, and not just from men. I ask women too. Because I want you to understand this. This ain't about who's better, men or women, because all of those social constructs, they don't exist. They're not real. It's all about who is being the best sensuate being. Who is allowing God to breathe on it? Like my brother, big brother Savalas Lofton said, when you want God to do something for you, calmly, God, breathe your breath onto it. Give it your life. Because I know what's deep inside of me is also you. So breathe your breath of life onto whatever it is that I'm doing. I want you all to think about, why are you doing what you're doing? And the more you think about that, you'll think about all the so-called bad, all the things of the past, it has been working towards your good. That's why be grateful and show gratitude even when it hurts. When people are challenging you in your family, at work, in relationships, all of those things are building you to be stronger for other obstacles that you will face in your life. And realize the universe, God could be using them to nudge you because your season of grace is done. And God is moving you into a new season with grace in a new place. But you got to be willing to accept that. You got to be willing to walk into it. And I know some of you may say, well, it's easy. You know, you older and you worried about what, I'm still worried about what people say and think. And I'm going to say this to you, 125 years. 125 years, you won't be here and I won't be here. And nobody's opinion matters. Nobody's opinion matters. But the impact that you leave and that you have in this world, that's what matters. So what I would tell you to focus on is legacy. What is your ultimate impact that you're going to have in this world? How are you going to do your best? Stop making assumptions. Stop taking things personally. Only say good things to yourself by being impeccable with your words. All about you. It's not about them. You can say all you want. This person did this and I got upset. No. That situation may serve as a stimuli. Your anger served as a stimuli, but you decided to be upset. And I'm going to say what I say to my daughter. If somebody told you, don't get upset for the next 30 days, no matter what people do, and I give you $5 million, guarantee you be walking around, hey, how you doing? Oh, you cuss me? Oh, man, I appreciate you cussing me out. Thank you. Because you're focused on a goal. So if your goal is to say, no matter what, I'm going to keep my peace. When a situation evoked me into emotions that could be detrimental to my profession, detrimental to my life, road rage, acting out, getting shot, fighting in places where people may shoot you, whatever, is it worth it? No, it's not grace in that. But I do believe there's a season of grace when you can find peace in every situation. There have been many things that I faced on my job, in jobs. And I had to look back, and there is nobody that I have worked with that could say, hey, James has, got upset or whatever. And no, I always will apologize. That's with my kids. That's with my wife. That's with teammates. Because I believe in extreme accountability. If I do something that's messed up, let me know. Promise you I'll apologize. I promise you I will try to walk in your shoes and see it the way you see it. Because I have empathy. But I'm not perfect. And I would never claim to be. And I don't want to be perfect. Because I only deal with imperfect people. I'm trying to lead imperfect people to a limitless existence to have the best human experience while they're here on this earth. That's it. That's it. I want them to be able to find gratitude in every situation. Because you got to realize this. A lot of times, God, this universe, is using people to be a blessing to us. If no weapon formed against you shall prosper, if all things work for the greater good, if no weapon formed against me shall be able to prosper, I'm going to say that again. If as long as God is on your side, is more than the whole world against you, how can anybody ever harm you? There has been people that have tried to harm me. There has been situations that could have been harmful to me. But I'm just going to be honest. Call it cocky. Can't nothing stop me until God wants Dr. Limitless to stop. But I got a mission. I got a goal. I got a purpose. And once I fulfill that, that's it. It's over. But none of you, and I truly believe, even people that have tried to hurt me, I believe the universe used you to serve as an awakening to me. All right, what is this really about, Limitless? Where do you need to go? But it ain't about you, or it ain't about the situation, because you have no power over me. I am a God. God resides in me, and God and I are one. There is nothing you can do to me, even if you want to. I'm always covered by a season of grace. And everything I do, I'm asking God to breathe on it. So I'm not worried about what you breathe. Your power cannot stop the breath that's inside of me. And if you all have that breath inside of you, can't nobody stop you. Remember, God will make your enemies your footstool. I say all the time, God prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. What can you do to me? My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy will follow me all the days of my life. What about you? So stop worrying about the naysayers, man. And be grateful for whatever it is that you're going through today. Find the joy in it. Find the good in it. Find something to motivate you and inspire you. Because there's only one you. And the more you let that uniqueness out, nobody can stop you. And where I'm at now in my life, it's all about legacy. I will always love all of you unconditionally. But if you don't like me, that's cool. I like you, but I won't associate with you. I only will call and associate with those that I like. Once I realize you don't like me, man, it's severed. We're good. And it's no hard feelings. I still wish you the best. But I'm trying to challenge you all also. Stop going after guys that don't like you. Stop going after girls that don't like you. Stop going after relationships where they no longer like you. That season of grace may be over. That seasonal relationship may be done. Why are you wasting your energy on those people that don't like you? See, I only get love because I only mess with people that like me. So I'm only around those that like me. I'm not trying to get love or friendship from those that don't like me. You don't need everybody to like you. Matter of fact, I like knowing that some people don't like me. It's that much more rewarding when God continues to bless me. Because I know it's haters out there. But and I do know this. Sometimes haters, after they consistently see you do great things or see that it's something else that's pushing you and motivating you to move forward, it may impact them to change their life. So never hate them, but use it as motivation. So my remainder of time that I have on this earth is all about the legacy. I want Dr. Limitless to be so huge. And I want to deal with as much conflict because I'm the person that talk about conflict. Give me conflict. Because I wanted to come through from an authentic place when I share with you testimonies. That's all that it's about. So I want you to focus more on legacy. So to wrap this up, show gratitude when it hurts. But please embody the 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Go in the mirror and talk great things about you. Talk great things to the people out there. Talk great things to your future self. Don't take things personally. Don't. Remember, your goal should be peace. Your goal should be to find goodness in everything that's going on. As long as you got a goal, you're working towards something. If you have no goal, a lot of times you move into negativity because our default judgment to be negative. Don't make assumptions. Made an assumption the other day with my wife and my daughter. Don't make assumptions. Just sit in silence. Ask questions. It's best to ask instead of assuming, and then do your best. And your best sometimes may be assuming or taking things personally. But once you know that you've done those things or you're aware to them, apologize to yourself, go and apologize to the other person, and move forward and do better next time. Be better than your best. Never rest on your last success. All right? And always try to master mind, body, your spiritual walk with God, and your emotions. How you respond and react to situations. So as you get ready for this Thanksgiving Day, be thankful for who you are, your beauty, your joy, your strength, your courage, your desire and commitment to even watch these videos. And tell yourself, today is a glorious day. And if I die today, it's better than any other day. So today is a glorious day. And for 86,400 seconds, I will give my excellence and my best until I'm laid to rest. I'm abundantly blessed and never stressed. Be better than your best and never rest on your last success. Check your life. Be limitless. Be limitless, my limitless soldiers and disciples. Go out there and show unconditional love. And remember, continue to associate with those that like you. The ones that don't, cut them loose. Say goodbye.